There are some family members in life that is
Look at
great
that.
family members, but there are some family members in life that you really get surprised by their actions and the things they do when money or land is involved. Hey, how you guys doing, man? Smoothly here. Hopefully everybody's having a good day.
99.
I know I'm having a good day, man. I'm just telling her story, man. If you listen to all the vloggers out there who lives out in that country in Southeast Asia, they would let you believe, man, that all family members are so great. They all get along with each other really well. There's never really no issue. They love each other and nothing ever comes between them. That's the image that they're trying to sell you, man. But like again, I'm telling her story, man. I am telling her story. You know, see what my wife went through in the last 3 years. Yo, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, man. You know, I lost my parents, but I lost my parents over time. I lost my dad when I was a young man in the Navy. It's a long time ago, man. I lost my mom in 2010 out in England. It's a long time ago. But to see what my wife went through in the past 2 years back to back, burying her dad this year, and then had to bury her brother last year. It's traumatic for anybody, man. Really, really traumatic for anybody. And I don't wish that on nobody, period. Again, I'm going to tell her story here, man. You know, my wife is one of the most kind hearted person there is in the world, man. She would give the shirt off her back to anybody. She don't look out for herself when she should. She's always looking out for others. And I see when we came back here, you know, keep an eye on my wife, man, because I know, you know, what she's going through is really traumatic. She hasn't got over her brother that last year and now dealing with her dad here. You know, keeping a close eye on her. You know, I cut down on really working a lot, staying home a lot more often, making sure I'm keeping an eye on my daughter, do most of the stuff that I got to do with my daughter. Because I know my wife, she's still grieving. You know, she might not want to say, but she is. But what I see she's really dealing with, man, is really shocking. And, you know, Biggie Small said this one time: more money, more problem. More money, more problem. You know, when money is involved, man, family change. And the people that you would least expect to tell you the truth, all of a sudden they don't tell you the truth. You know, my wife came out of pocket a lot, a lot, to do what she got to do with her brother and to do what she got to do with her dad. A couple of years before that, dad need major surgery, man. She came out of pocket and took care of that. Before the dad need colon surgery, the mom broke her hip, man. She got to come out of pocket and take care of that. She did it without any complaint. She did it with my blessing. She did it with my support, you know, because I know there's a lot of men who's going to tell their wives, man, hey, listen, man, you got to live your life and live your life here for our family, man. I do know you have your family back home and they need assistance, but for God's sake, you got to take care of us. Hey, man, I came from the gutter, man. My bed was the floor. I know what it's like to really not have anything. And I know how important it is to really have parents because I wouldn't be who I am without my parents. So I wasn't going to really stop her from doing what she's doing. But what I see really is happening here is how people can really change. Just change their ways, man. Show their true selves. And I can speak what I'm speaking about because I really don't give a damn. I live in America, man. This is my home, you know? So I'm going to say what I really want. And if people want to watch this and they want to get upset, then it's on them. I truly don't care. Land is a big issue in the Philippines. Families kill families out in the Philippines for land, man. Family breakup for land. Family fight each other, tear each other's down for land. Individual that used to talk to my wife and her family all of a sudden seem like they're avoiding talking to her because my wife went out and did what she think that was necessary to do for her, set herself up later on in life. So if she has to go back home to her homeland, she's gonna go and purchase something, but she purchased something from another family member, which another family member had an eye on, but didn't have the funds to go on out and purchase this property, sitting on other property, but still wanted this particular one. Didn't get it. Then all of a sudden now, treat my wife like she's a pariah, man. Like she's a pariah. Because she did what everybody should do in life. Set yourself up for the future. You can't sit back and wait for somebody to say, okay, I don't have the funds, but hopefully maybe one day I'm going to go out and get this. But now that you couldn't get it, my wife got it. All of a sudden now, you don't know her no more. Well, bye-bye. Like I say, I live in America, man. I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to back my wife up 100%, man. One of the best women there is in the world. I can tell you this hands on down. Situation with her brother. And this one really kind of got me a little bit too. I'm really disappointed. The effort that my wife put into, and I see what she was going through last year when her brother got sick. He should have been gone a long time. But my wife made sure she took the effort to stay up every late night, speaking to people out in Taiwan in the hospital, the doctors and the nurses, talking about what they can do, what needs to be done to try to keep this guy, save his life. And she did this for a long time. He didn't make it. God rest his soul. She stayed on the phone, still then try to work out the situation of how they can get the brother from, Taiwan back into the Philippines. Did what she had to do, her own funds, and did what she had to do. Set everything up. Now, the individual that I think that would be so honest to my wife about what really is going on, they're not, man. They're kind of speaking around the bush. And believe it or not, I know my wife had expectations that, people are going to do the right things. And I warned her and I told her my life experience, man, because I've experienced things in life. I said to her, I said, babe, you did what you had to do to get your brother home and send him off the way he needs to be sent off. But I say, if you are expecting to see something in return, if something ever come back and come through who it needs to come through, you're not going to see anything. I say, so please don't set your mind on seeing anything back. Once that insurance funds and all that stuff start coming through, you're not going to see a cent. Well, she came home from work the other day, upset. I said, babe, what happened in the hospital? She said, nothing. I said, babe, what happened in the hospital? She said, nothing happened in the hospital. So I said, why are you upset? Why are you really crying? She said, I'm very disappointed. And I'm disappointed in a particular person in her family. Because she didn't expect that from that individual. And she proceeded to tell me the story. And I said, babe, I know I talked to you about this before. Even when we were in the Philippines burying her dad, she came home one day and she started telling me the same story. And I said, babe, I don't want to hear about that because I already warned you and already told you what was going to happen, you know? But then she proceeded to tell me what went on, how everything came about, what you see, the movement people are making that didn't have the funds to really do what they got to do. All of a sudden now they get the funds, and even lying on her name stating they can't pay down certain amount of things because they have to give my wife something. My wife haven't seen anything. But then everybody can go out and live well, buy things that they need to buy. And I said to her, I said, babe, just to understand, when money isn't involved and people don't really have nothing, they're not going to be the same. They're not going to be the same. They're going to take that money and they're going to lie, cheat, and do everything that they need to do to keep that money for themselves. But I say, just remember, you are blessed to be here in this country, doing what you're doing what you need to do for yourself and your family. I said, when they do get that funds or when they do get the rest of that funds, don't expect to really see nothing. Just know that there's always going to be some kind of deceivement going on towards you. But remember, that money is not going to last. And there's going to become a point again in life where something is going to happen and they're going to look towards you for that assistance. And that's when I'm going to say to you as a husband, effing no more. Period. End of story. Something that I haven't done yet so far. But this time around, I'm putting my foot down. So I'm telling her story, man. So for all them people who try to sell you guys those wonderful pictures and tell you, man, that, you know, the family members over there, they all stick together. They all stay together. They're perfect. They never really get into any situation with each other. Oh, it's all wonderful, man. It's like a fairy tale over here with families and stuff. That's a whole bunch of bullshit. Because I'm going to say it like it is. Because I'm going to speak for my wife, man. And I'm going to tell you the truth, man. Not going to lie to you about anything. Not going to paint the rosy picture, man. Speaking for my wife, man. Speaking for my wife. But anyway, you guys know what it is with me, man. It is always peace and love, man. Peace and love. You could be cool in life, but sometimes you just got to let loose with what's on your heart, man. Say it how you feel it. Peace on out, man. Telling her story.